dish I'm going to be making is called the humble pigeon. And I think this really kind of showcases really what we're all about in terms of humble. Kind of our approach really is to take an amazing ingredient, work with amazing suppliers and purveyors, and really just celebrate that ingredient and put so much effort into it humbly. So we're going to start with the crown. Basically all the birds dry age for 2 weeks, brush it in shiokoji, basically like a fermented salted rice, and then we're just going to cook this really slow over the grill and kind of slowly add branches of rosemary and wara, which is like kind of like a Japanese straw, and just let that kind of pick up on the bird. In Japan we mainly use skewers to cook things as opposed to the grill directly, and it just lets the bird kind of cook in its own natural way as opposed to being pressed down on a weight of a rack or a grill or something. Yeah, so start to finish probably take about 45 to an hour to cook, and we're just basically just going to bring it on the heat, off the heat, on the heat, on the heat, and just keep doing that really slowly. It's basically like a really kind of slow sous vide cooking, but on the grill, and then just letting the natural fat create a little bit of smoke, and it just constantly kisses the meat. I think everything just tastes better when it's cooked on fire or on charcoal. The goal is 3 stars. It's not a dream. It's not like something distant in the future. We genuinely believe that it's something attainable within our reach, and we're going to double down consistently on that. The best way to predict your future is to create it, right? And I think that's what we had to do. We had to create that environment. We had to make it be known to the world and to everyone that this is what we're going for. I mean, the restaurant is brand new, like completely, from everything, from the plumbing to the flooring to the ceiling to everything. I mean, so one of the challenges obviously we had was very small space. It needs to be functional, but at the same time, when guests sit down, I don't want there to be any eyesores. I don't want anything to be open, anything. I don't want them to see anything. Everything has to look like it's intentional, it's built in, it's bespoke, and it was well thought out. I mean, if you just start here, you can see like this sink is still really functional in terms of chef and prep, but it's built in. You can see how low this is. These are really good shouts. I don't know why more kitchens don't use them. The drain gullies, like they work really well. And then all this bespoke stainware from this Wilding from Nelson's, I think is incredible. Like just how it, on the curve, everything just closes so smoothly and beautiful. We got the fridge and freezer kind of built in here. This is one thing that we really love. A lot of restaurants have this kind of counter area, but you always notice when they come here, it's like people are stretching and like you can kind of see, it just looks a little bit sloppy, but you just easily glide in here. You have the exact same 90 centimeter reach as you do across the entire restaurant. Then the main island, obviously on plinth, so you can't see anything on the bottom. It's not on wheels, it looks really smart. They've got the really nice sharp kind of mirror detail all around that we love. Double rationale system that just slides in here. Nelson do this and it's really cool. They do these they call them snacks drawers. And basically you kind of built the unit a little bit higher, which works really well for chefs in their backs anyways. I think this is kind of a really good height to work on. Working with Nelson's together on that, they really came through, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, pigeon's in a good place. It's pretty much there. Just gonna finish resting, and then we're gonna hit it with a bit of rosemary and water just to finish it off. All right, so leg. So leg's been cured in koji overnight. We're just going to fry it in a soba tempura batter, and then we're going to finish it with a reduced red wine vinegar, burnt soy sauce, and some kind of spring condiments. Yeah, so the pigeon wing, basically we salt it and then confit it, pull out the bones, and I'm just going to flash it in the oven, and then we're going to bring it to the pass and kind of finish it. All the liver and the trimmings of the pigeon, we make like a tsukune style meatball. Then we have the offal, the gizzards and the heart and a little bit leftover liver that we're just going to saute too, and it's going to go in the pigeon miso dashi. So we have the rice. This is like a pigeon tare. A tare is basically like a kind of sweet soy reduction, and we use all the pigeon bones and kind of like leftover offal and just mince it all up. Use the daikon, fermented mustard leaf. Nothing in life is complete without a runny yolk. Your little Japanese 7-spice. So next is going to be the pigeon miso dashi. So offal, just kind of cooked medium rare. And then we make a stock with all the pigeon and kind of turn it into a miso soup with citrus kosho. So we're doing pickled okura. Bringing everything together, just going to carve the bird. And that's kind of what we do last second. Yeah, and then we would present it basically as the humble pigeon. Crown, marinated in shio-koji overnight, aged for 2 weeks. You've got the leg cured overnight, and then just finished with a soba tempura batter, add a little bit of a tamarind and kind of burnt soy. Wing confit with a burnt miso, butternut squash kind of vibe. We do a little individual donabe. Basically rice, kind of daikon, fermented mustard leaf, using all the liver and the kind of trimmings of the bird. We have a little bit of pickled okura, and then all the bones, any leftover, we just make a miso soup with. And that's her.